got to get paid, there is no other way. I got to get paid.
Anything that I come from anyway is gonna be from a growth and development point of view, as far as going to developing as a man. You know what I mean? Not none of that gang banging, none of that. I want to reach them as just so they can go in the right direction and cut out some of the garbage that they own. None of that none from the gangster disciple side of things. You know what I mean? All from the growth and development.
Reach one, teach one.
Yeah. My thing is, I really don't know how I want how to reach them, or what really needs to be done. Best I can do now is start off by just trying to talk to some people, but what actually needs to be done, I don't know.
Well, just like you said, this is the beginning, it's the start of it. Like you say, doing what you want to do. But like I said, it's going to take unit. When I say unit, I mean unity. I'm talking about dedication, because you can't start nothing and then stop nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna feel like it's trickery and this, that, and the third, and you might have a worse outcome than what you started out just by opening your mouth. Because sometimes they say you can wake the sleeping dragon. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My whole thing is, how I usually do things is that I don't even entertain negativity.
Right.
It's getting so bad to the point where I think that we gotta pay attention to the negativity and do something about it.
Well, you know, to start off first with having credibility and like coming from like just you and your story and your history and your, you know, I mean, we can go by the schools and go by the other neighborhoods and, you know, the social centers and all that. We can do that step by step. Now, everybody at this table, we all be in with it. But we also can utilize the internet at the same time. So, like I say, like with this conversation, any conversation that we have based on really growing and developing and changing the situation, the current situation, and us as adults taking the responsibility for what's going on now and manning up to it and doing what we can to, you know, change the shit. And as he said, like wake up the sleeping dragon and teach these kids that they can do anything that they want to do. And the shit that they seeing on TV or seeing in the videos and hearing niggas glorify, it ain't really what it is, you know, because everybody talk about the high side of the game, but you don't never really hear nobody talking about, like, you know, motherfuckers getting the basketball jersey numbers for time and looking at calendars and being locked up, and you can't accept the fact that because you wasn't there, now your daughter a rat. That shit that come along with the game, the motherfuckers don't cover. So we can like find a way to just make the kids realize the consequences of their acts, because that's the worst problem right now. They just not aware. It's not that they wanted to be on bullshit and be on crazy ass shit. They just ain't had nobody to teach them or lay down the law. You know, so
it really don't make no sense that you know, I got not maybe just all friends, but you know, I can put a list of 150 associates of people I know that's dead, you know what I mean, from out here, from all the nonsense over nothing.
over 100.
Yeah, over 100, over a girl, and then they say it's gang banging, and it's all put on our community, looking at us in a bad light, when, you know what I mean, that ain't really what it was. Actually, I guess I'm looking for some cats that's go stand up and not be gangsters for the street, but be gangsters for their community, to try to do the right thing, strong enough to stand up and make things move, to speak out against what's going wrong out here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So that's what we at.
Well, I think our main objective is to let the kids know that there is a difference between a gang banger and a gangster. Most gangsters that are, or people that have the history of being gangsters, they ended up with jobs in politics. They ended up as like business owners, and they had political and economic control of their communities. These are people that took the teachings that they learned from being in these different street organizations or involved in different gangs or whatever you want to call it. They took the same values and principles that they learned in the streets, and they applied it to the business world, and they applied it to their everyday life. They made the transition from a gangbanger to a gangster. It's not gangster to not go to school. It's not gangster to do addictive drugs. It's not gangster to gamble in front of school. It's not gangster to not aid and assist your brothers or sisters in their righteous endeavors. And at the end of the day, everything that that the laws and the policies taught us as growing up as shorties that was gangsters. I never thought that all the shit that was in writing that said this is what gangsters do, the opposite has become gangster and shit. So at the end of the day, we just have to make the shorties more aware, because they just not aware. It's not like, I don't think they choose to be dumb or doing dumb shit. Right. It's just that they're ignorant to the consequences, or they're even ignorant to the roots of what it is that they claim.
Right.
I got to get paid, there is no other way.